To tips for choosing a wedding photographer. My name is Mike. I'm your host for this video blog today. This video blog is sponsored by Wedding Photographers of Milwaukee. Let's jump right into the ideas, tips we have for you today. Number one is style and substance. Without saying, to really look at the body of their work, or at least get some samples of what they've done in the past. Some questions to ask yourself would be posed versus candid shots. Do you prefer more posed shots, or do you prefer candid shots, or a mix of both? Look for both of these in their sample photos. The next is the artistic level of their work. We all have different tastes. From their body of work, do you see an artistic personality to their shooting style, or is it more straightforward? Item 2, or tip 2, is cost drivers. Good wedding photographers really start probably around $2,000 and go up from there. Here's some things that drive up that price. One is length of time. How long do you want them to be at the ceremony? Are you looking for them scouting for shots in nature in and around the area of your wedding and reception? These are just a few of the things that will drive up costs. Multiple photographers, or even an assistant. If you want to dive into a full service package, having more than one photographer or an assistant on hand will drive up costs, but it'll probably also give you a much better product. The question then is, item 3 is digital album versus old school photo album. Many people still like to have the physical album to page through, but there are some digital albums out there that can keep costs down, but keep in mind, when it comes to the old school photo album, they most likely don't do that themselves. They have that part of it outsourced, so that's a cost that they have to pass on to you. And finally, the number of photos. This was more prevalent in the days of film photography, but now that digital photography has taken over, the number of photos, not so much a cost issue. It's more of a look at the number of photos I took for you cost driver. Item 3, or tip 3, is personality. Does it matter? Really, what you want to do is make sure you get some referrals. Ask to talk to past customers to see how their experience was. Ask questions regarding their interpersonal experience with the photographer, because that can really make for a nice day if you've got a photographer that's easygoing but knows what they're looking for and can do it in a good way that doesn't grind on you. You're going to have enough stress on the wedding day to begin with. On the interview, and first off, starting off with a phone interview. Once you've started to find photographers, take the time to interview them, get the basic idea if they seem like someone you would work with. It's like interviewing people for a job. Imagine if you were an employer for a real-world job. You can tell pretty quickly if you have someone you want to work with from a personality standpoint within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Finally, do a face-to-face, as you can also tell a lot from face-to-face discussions. Tip number 4, ask how they manage their time on the wedding day. A good indicator is to go through the schedule of the day with them, find out their schedule, how they would do that. It just gives you an idea of how well prepared and how experienced they are at doing this. If they have a plan, it's a pretty good indication they can manage their time, and in turn, they'll be in the right place in the right time for your photos. And number 5, if you really like them, pencil them in. If you have have them pencil you in. Don't sign anything yet. You may need to put some money down. You may lose that. Maybe put down as minimum as you can. But at least you have them held over for that spot, that time and date, so that in case you change your mind, you have an out and you haven't put in a whole lot of money or time into it. Well, that wraps up this video blog today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And again, visit us at wi.com and have a great day.